Yep.
I mean, I look at it almost like this in a way. I mean, I look at it almost, even though they're not simultaneous, what is modern day on iRacing, Le Mans 24, the Majors 24, has without question independently become the primary event for Le Mans in 24 hours. That is, I think that's doesn't need an argument from me. But obviously iRacing added in there that VRS global endurance thing where they kind of sneak it in. And we've talked about that a little bit during that IndyCar episode a couple weeks ago, that they were, I mean, it's clever, but it's weak. I mean, it's the best they can do, but it's not going to fill that gap. And the Majors kind of does. And its organization and everything else, the independence of it, makes that difference. Broadcast splits, qualifying process, and all. I know this has a unique qualifying process, so it kind of makes me think of that. It's independent and it's organized in a different way, and I get the appeal to that. But I cannot get past. So the first year that Le Mans was banned from iRacing, and we did the Majors in May or June, and then in July, me and a group of us went on to do that VRS Global Endurance 24 Hours Le Mans. We won in the Corvette, and we were so pumped to win. And I say I've won a 24 Hours Le Mans because we did. I mean, technically we did. But would I have preferred to win the Majors that I viewed as the primary best event of the year? Yes. So did that weaken my view of that win to some degree? I think yes, I do. So I look at this the same way. Which one? I have to make a choice. I cannot weigh both of these equally. So which one? The VSCA Daytona 24 or the iRacing 24? Do I hold more sacred, and do I want to win more? And right now, if I think about it, because of our history and what the ones that we've competed in, it's the official one, not the independent one. And that may be irrational, but that's where I stand. So that's kind of, it's interesting because I can see either argument, and I'm curious of where folks stand. But I cannot see myself skipping the official for this independent one in this case.
I wouldn't skip either. Yeah, I would. So I mean, with the iRacing official, like I say, you gotta have so many teams, so many drivers. Thousands of drivers, right? I mean, so many that they crash the system.
Well,
many times.
That's the fun of it. Where it's a community.
No, you're
I want to
right.
be part
You're
of
right.
it. I feel like I'm missing out if I don't do that.
Yeah, we have $5 for that.
We did.
That's true. But no, and that's my point though. You got all that going on. You're a part of that.
Yes.
Right? You're a part of that. Like, okay, we know our split. These are the guys we're running with. But there's like 40 other splits out there or whatever that are doing the same thing. And that's kind of cool. I liken it to like, okay, so you had the main starting time, like 8 a.m. Eastern. And then you got one that starts at like noon for iRacing official. Is that one any more watered down? Because it's not like the big one?
Yes,
well,
it is.
Kind of. It's not considered like the strength of field session, right? So that's just the way to look at it. It's kind of going to be probably more akin to a league experience where I ratings are going to fluctuate way more than in a session where the I rating is who determined was in it, right? So
I think I agree.
They are different.
I don't like I like with these events for them to be meaningful. So I do not like the gaming the splits. If I'm going to run this event, I'm going to aim for my split, preferably that primary strength of field split, like you say, Rob. And if I crash, then that, with before the other split starts, like a later split, that's it. I don't want my team to register in that split, because if I crashed, that's what happened to me in that event that year. For the sake of realism, let's say, I'm not going to game the splits. I know a lot of people do it. People that we race with do it. I get that if that's what you want to do, if that's how you want to allocate your time. But for me, there's one event and it's meaningful. So maybe me saying that tells everybody where I'm coming from with this being so on the fence about this 2 Daytonas thing too. I think that says a lot about kind of my mindset about it.
Yeah, and you also got to think, like, I know, like, these, like, leagues, like, sometimes they're really well run. Like I said, the majors, we're pretty big fans of a lot of the things that the majors have done. We've also seen that sometimes it doesn't go well. And I'm just going to say, look at the last event we did for them.
MTech,
Yeah, the last MTech, it was insane. Them trying to do the full, because, like, they got full course cautions for it. And it's like, okay. And we do it, and it was a disaster. Them trying to control, and so it just came to a point, like, we were sitting there, I remember we said to each other, it's like, I'm pretty sure iRacing could have done this better. And it's just like sometimes, you know what I mean? It just doesn't work out. And it's like iRacing is going to have these certain very specific scenarios where somebody's going to get a disadvantage or like really screwed over. And it's not their fault, but it doesn't happen all the time. So it's just like, it's something where I think like for certain races, it's just like you can have an official and have some cautions. Like you could do it.
Yeah, and I think it's cool. The league, what they're doing too, is there's waiver rounds and stuff too. So depending on where the overall leader is and where you are with your leader, and the yellow comes out, you can get a lap back or get the waiver round. So, I think for me, what it is, it's more of a ego thing. I have the opportunity to win 2 Daytona 24s in one weekend. I want to do it. Yeah.
This is Into the Apex Motorsport Podcast Network.